Hi again. Wow, I recorded more now than I have in a year. But I'm being guided to do more and more videos as I'm guided, the things that are coming up, things that the collective may be going through, a lot of my clients experiencing. There's so much stuff that can't even be explained. And some things that others can't even understand. Our conscious mind could not even grasp the shifts and changes that we are going through here in the 3D. You know, a lot of the 3D stuff is probably what I feel the hardest lessons that we've ever chosen through our lifetimes on different dimensions, right? That sounds crazy, don't it? But I do feel like we have come from so many different realms and dimensions. And we have a little bit of DNA implanted from all of those lifetimes and experiences. But for whatever reason, we're here now. We chose here this time, 3D, to go through the lessons and experiences that we chose for ourselves, maybe from past lives, a lesson that we didn't learn, we wanted to try again, you know, and that's what happens a lot of times when we continue to come back, is a lot of times because we want to try to learn a lesson that maybe we didn't learn in a past life. Experience something different from a past life, be the opposite of what we were maybe in a past life. Past lives are so interesting. And I find that I tap into a lot of past lives when I'm doing sessions, and remote sessions tap into a whole another realm. I find myself traveling through time and space. But I guess that's what I chose to do in this lifetime, right? But I also know this is my last life, so I don't feel that I will be coming back. I think I've learned all the lessons that I needed to learn up to this point. Not to say that while I'm still here, that there is not other lessons. We always have lessons. We're always learning something, you know, until the day we die. And again, it's all part of what we chose to experience, you know, here at this time. And now, because we're going through this great awakening, I feel like this timeline is so important. It's going to make so much of a difference moving forward, changing and shifting things, situations, people, places, things are just going through a definite metamorphosis, right? But we still have to heal versions of ourselves that we have not healed, you know, parts of us that maybe we didn't heal from a past life that we asked to learn in this lifetime and heal it here now. And I feel that that is why it's been so hard for so many of us at this time to release and heal and release all of that stuff, because we really don't want to take it into this new cycle, this new world, as they say, that is being created. And as I've always said, our younger generation is the ones who are going to make a big change. It's going to be very different than it it may have been before, times before us. But also understand that as hard as it may be, it is happening for a reason, obviously. But going through it is not fun, right? And I find that if we resist those changes, it just becomes more difficult for us moving forward. I also feel that, and it's something that I'm learning myself, that everything is energy, right? And we can change it to be whatever we want it to be if we believe in ourselves. And I think that's why all this stuff is coming up, so that we can see it for what it is, right? Understand that we were just going through experiences to learn something, right? And then we're supposed to take those experiences, those lessons from those experiences, and use that knowledge now to co-create the next part, the next cycle, the way that we want it to be. And I know I mentioned a lot of this in my Stepping into Higher Consciousness video. You can take a look at that again. It goes into a lot of details, a lot of channeling going on through that session, through that recording. But I find myself asking the questions of everything being energy. We really do have the ability to change it, right? So why do we choose to make it so difficult for ourselves? Why do we choose to continue to learn same lessons over and over and over? Why don't we learn those lessons at the time they're presented to us, right? I find that our mind is a powerful tool if we use it in the right way. But our subconscious, our higher consciousness, is even more powerful. Because ideally, it can change everything if we trust, believe, and allow it to. All of those memories, all of those experiences from this lifetime and lifetimes before are stored in our subconscious. So we really do know what it is that we are supposed to learn or change within ourselves. But yet, we still choose to be resistant. We still choose to be stuck in that old energy of repeating cycles over and over and over. Why? Why, right? Why do we do that to ourselves? When we have in the palm of our hands and within ourselves the power to really learn and change. Because if we don't learn those lessons that we chose to learn, they just get repeated again and again and again. Sometimes we even repeat lifetimes and experiences with the same people from our past lives. Maybe not in the physical sense of looking the same way that they looked maybe in the past life, but the same lesson with them in a different body, right? We come back in different bodies. We've been females, we've been males, we've been black, we've been white, we've been, we've been so many different, at least I know I have been. I've been a male in a lot of my past lives. So why not shift that consciousness, that knowing and understanding, and learn what it is that we're being told to learn, or I should say, chose to learn. Bring it now. Let's bring this to this present moment now. Why so many of us during this great awakening that so many of us are going through? Why so many are still struggling? Why so many are still choosing not to learn those lessons or heal the unhealed parts of them? Because really a lot of those lessons are really unhealed parts of ourselves that we didn't heal, or a lesson we didn't learn before or even in this lifetime, right? But with this awakening, that stuff is being shown to us. When we find ourselves sitting there questioning certain things that are happening to us, it's because our conscious mind is trying to understand or hear the subconscious mind. And our higher consciousness already knows what it is we need to do. So it's kind of like a struggle with all versions of ourselves to get to that higher consciousness, all knowing, all healed version. But I say this all to say that, the stuff that's being shown to us right now, the things that we are resisting, you have the power to change that. Your subconscious is powerful. So if our subconscious records and hears and knows everything that we've gone through because of what we put into it, input, so kind of like a hard drive. When we input information into a computer, it goes to our hard drive. It's the same thing with our subconscious mind. All of those experiences that we've gone through are being input into our subconscious mind until we learn to, or we choose to change it, right? Delete it, rewrite it, recreate, whatever way you look at it, right? But I still wonder why we just so much try to. I guess what I'm trying to say is, why do we choose the path of suffering over the path of all-knowing? Yes, I know maybe because we haven't really fully understood what was really going on or where it's really coming from. But it's being shown to us through our experiences, right? We know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. We know how we feel when we've gone through certain experiences in our life, right? And as we continue to awaken, we learn things about ourselves that have even nothing to do with us, but more of projections from others in our lives, unhealed people. But really, we do have control. And you know how they use affirmations, positive affirmations? It's really a tool used to retrain our brain in a sense, right? So why can't we just tell our minds to stop suffering? There's no need to suffer. We're learning. We're learning. We're learning the lessons. Hopefully we are. But yet we still keep getting pulled back. Why is that? So these are just a lot of things that have been coming up. And what I gather is that I guess when we get to that place in our lives where we're ready to let go, because that's what we need to do, is let go. When we get to that place of letting go, it'll make more sense to us and it'll feel way much better for us as well moving forward. It's like manifestation, manifesting. You know, we have to be in alignment with what we want to manifest or it doesn't manifest. And then we find ourselves asking, well, I keep putting it out there in the universe, but it's never coming to me. I never see it. It's not happening. Why? And what I find with that is you have to be in alignment with it. So let's say you're asking for something in particular, something that you would like to see happen in your life, a change for the good. But then deep down, you don't feel like you deserve it. You fear it. Well, what do you think what do you think happens when we do that? When we have that inside of us? If we don't feel safe or we fear it or don't feel like we deserve it, how can we create it and manifest it? It's not in alignment with us then, is it? So you have to get to a place of completely feeling open and ready and deserving of whatever it is that you want to manifest. And that's when it happens. You know, when you're in alignment with yourself. So for whatever reason, I felt like I needed to come on and record what's been in my mind, and I feel like it's just something that is trying to be revealed to help others understand how truly powerful we really are, how we can change our mindset if we let go of the fear that's holding us back. If we truly understand that everything that we went through was just a lesson we were supposed to learn, that it's just energy and we can shift it at any time, if we choose to. During this great awakening, this is what we are discovering, right? We're starting to learn where things have come from, why we do the things we do, why we are continuously repeating cycles over and over and over. Because for whatever reason, we have chosen not to learn that lesson, to release or to heal that experience. But we really can by telling ourselves we have. You know, we even have the power, and I feel like this is one of the downloads that came through, is we have the power to really shift all of that to our advantage, to what it is that we want. But again, we have to let go of all of the stuff that is holding us back, of how we feel about ourselves. But we can, when we are in our strength and power, we can really just say something and manifest it. We can tell ourselves, because again, the subconscious hears everything that you tell it. So if you continuously tell it negative things about yourself, that is what you will believe. But if you tell it positive things, or things that you would like to change, or things that you know within you that you are ready to release and let go, you will release and let go. That's how powerful we are as individuals. It's hard to fathom fathom. And I feel like, I've struggled with this too my whole life here in 3D. And always questioned, well, why would I choose all of these hard lessons that I've gone through, these hard experiences that I've gone through? Why do they keep repeating themselves over and over and over? Because the unawakened part of me didn't know that I could actually change it and heal it and release it if I wanted to. But you really can. It's just telling yourself and believing it. Telling yourself, okay, I no longer choose to repeat those old cycles anymore. I'm ready to let go of it. Truly ready to let go of it. Maybe that's when it happens. I no longer wish to be binded to a contract that I may have intentionally or unintentionally signed in a past life, a soul contract. I no longer wish to be attached to that energy anymore. And all of the people that and experiences that we have gone through from lifetime to lifetime. When you're in your power and you're awakened enough to see it, because again, not all of us are at that place of being awakened or aware of that we even have this power, right? But the ones who do can see it for what it is. We can even actually ask to be released of that energy, to be released of that contract, to allow that soul to learn whatever lessons they need to learn on their own without it affecting your lessons or changes in your life, right? So I know this all sounds crazy. It's just ranting. But I guess it's, hopefully you guys, it resonates with you and you understand what it is that that's trying to be shared to come through me, right? And it's something that I'm really starting to learn and discover myself, how powerful we really are, how we really can change things if we truly believe that we can and trust that we can. But that would mean also we have to let go of expectations and control and outcomes, right? To a certain extent, because if we have the power to change it, we can change it, the outcome, and not repeat and continue to repeat those cycles over and over and over. So, okay, hopefully that made sense to you. I'm going to just pull a card. Maybe there's something here that Spirit wants me to share with you that maybe will help to or allow you to understand or help you understand what I'm trying to still understand. I'm just a facilitator. Downloads are coming through to share with you so that you can learn this and see this for yourselves. So, what message, Spirit, would you like to share with the collective? What message would you like to share with the collective, Spirit? How can we explain what I was trying to explain? Better for other people to understand. Let's see. What do you have? What would you like to share? What message would you like to share with the collectives? Please and thank you. Okay, let's see what that is. Against the grain. Against the grain. Let's see. Interesting. All right, let's see. Let me get the message so that I can explain it better. It's pretty cool. Against the grain. Let us see what the explanation is. Ready? You want birds to be able to fly underwater. You want love to trump power. You want humanity to relate to each other as equals and to recognize the sacredness in you and in the world around you. You want to unleash the beauty that hides in even the ugliest of scenes or sentiments. You want to make possible what others say cannot be. That's interesting, right? What kind of like what I was just talking about, right? You know, trying to help you understand things that the conscious mind cannot even grasp, right? You are a radical dreamer, a sacred rebel, and you bring the light of a more positive future to this world. Well, I'm trying. However, this can have its burdens. Oh my goodness, so true. It really can. Deep within you, you may feel that you don't really fit in with the rest of the world. Perhaps your sense of how things can be and how they really are is so different to the smaller minds or more fearful hearts of many others that you are really received for all that you offer. This might make you feel frustrated, thwarted, or lonely at times. Wow, that is so true. You know, even in my own experience, being this channel to receive this information, to share with people sometimes is so difficult for me to help people understand because it just doesn't make sense to the conscious mind. It will make sense to people who are going through similar situations, who are awakening, who are ascending. It will make more sense. Therefore, when we go through this type of stuff where, you know, we're being downloaded with information, understanding, in my case, being the channel to receive that information, to share it with you, it can be lonely. It can really be lonely at times because it's just something that's hard to explain. And I will continue to try to explain it. And some people will get it and some people will not. I will never take it to heart, that's for sure. But I'm just doing what it is that I'm guided to do and share what it is I'm guided to share. But I would tell you, this transformation that a lot of us are going through, this great awakening, can feel very lonely because we're dealing with a lot of stuff that our conscious mind can't even understand, right? The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honor that which is different and renders the impossible possible. You may never ever lose your unusual ways and become dry, serious, appropriate, and conventional, not even for appearance sake. For you would lose your essence. You are here to show that life is about so much more than conventional success. This oracle comes with a special message for you. Tongue twister. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the floor of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy. Through art and literature, meditation, dance, and in sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake, or the bathtub. You must go against the grain. It is just your way. You are not one of the followers, but one of the agitators. However, yours is not a force of disrespectful chaos. You are a loving catalyst, and by simply being yourself, you constantly remind people that there is always another way. This oracle comes with the particular guidance that you are meant to be exactly as you are. You are meant to be the black sheep, the rainbow sheep, or even the wild wolf in the flock of sheep. The daring butterfly spirit calling to the caterpillars. That is you. The price you pay for this gift of individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that you are not dulled down and conditioned into playing at being something you are not. If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed. At most, it could only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truths to be freely expressed. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Your power comes from aligning your outward self with your inner truth, not with the general consensus. You will then find other dreamers, other wild butterflies, and a typically colored sheep to join you in conjuring better visions for our world. That was really cool. And I feel that message was for me and for many others who are trying to teach, share, and help people become aware of their truth, of who they really are. And that journey can be very, very lonely at times. It really can be. But this is what I chose. To be the voice, to teach, and to help heal as many people as I can get through this process. As I go through the process of reawakening to my truth as a healer and light worker. And even though there will be times when that darkness comes in and takes control, I always know I have the power to not let it control me, as you do, by simply releasing it, stating that I no longer wish to be stuck in that energy, that whatever lesson I was to learn, I have learned or am attempting to learn. And as long as you do that, you will continue to increase the vibration, your vibration. Your frequency will start to align with the higher frequency of higher consciousness. It's just really getting to a place of accepting that our experiences aren't supposed to define us, they're supposed to teach us. And we have control at any time to release it and let it go. Free will. We have free will. Do you choose to be stuck and repeat those cycles over and over and over, lifetime to lifetime? Or do you finally choose to just surrender it, accept it, claim what it is you need to claim as far as what you've learned, and keep raising the vibration of the collective in consciousness? So, I think this will be the last video I do today, because now I'm tired. That's another thing. These energies are exhausting as hell. And sometimes when I channel, it can be tiring as well too. So I hope that you all have an amazing remainder of the day. All you beautiful moms out there, I wish you a beautiful day tomorrow in honoring and celebrating you. Have an amazing Mother's Day. Keep shining your light. Keep sharing, growing, and teaching, and start that ripple effect. Keep it going. Love you all. Have an amazing day and weekend. For those of you who would like to contact me, you can reach me at, or send me an email at Reikibyisabella@gmail.com. I'll leave the information on the bottom of this video, the links for YouTube. Well, obviously, this is YouTube. For Instagram and Facebook and my website as well. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Bye.